Shanice, you must feel a little bit like Dorothy being transported into this wonderful world of Hollywood after the success of The
Yeah,
Wiz Live. um,
pretty cool.
how does it feel dealing with this the success of the show and now all of a sudden being thrust into the public spotlight as a result of it?
I really didn't know what to expect, especially because this was my first time doing anything like this, really. And it's just cool to like meet people who I've seen on television before and I thought are really cool and they know who I am.
Yeah.
That's one of the cool aspects of it. And then just knowing that you put something special out there into the world that people really appreciate, it feels cool.
Absolutely. So let's talk about, obviously you had some really big ruby red slippers to fill here, from Diana Ross to Judy Garland. How did you take us to the back to the auditioning of it? What was that like?
The audition process was crazy because it was an open call. There were like over 1,000 girls who auditioned for The Wiz. And when I went, I thought I was getting there early, but there were so many girls already there, so I waited in line for so long. And when I finally got to the room, I was like, there's no way that this can actually really happen. My mind was so far from thinking that I could actually get the part that I just had fun and I did my best. And they continued to call me back and call me back until finally they told me I was going to play Dorothy.
Okay, so congratulations. Not only is this a new adaptation of The Wiz, but this is The Wiz Live, live television broadcast. Take us through the rehearsal process of that. What was that like?
It was like a 2-month process. We started in Manhattan, New York, and 8-hour days, everybody just coming and just practicing, rehearsing. And the days would go by so quick for me because we were just having fun, literally. I felt like rehearsals were 30 minutes, and then we just would do it again the next day. And then finally we moved to Long Island, where we got to see the set for the first time. And it was like, okay, this is real. This is really happening. And that's why I believe it was such a success, because just like the atmosphere was like, oh my gosh, we're really in Oz right now.
Yeah, I actually got to speak to your set designer a while back, and those really are some spectacular sets there. And it's a really amazingly done production. Now, I mean, had you, you seemed like a real natural fit on the stage. Had you had some experience in like community theater or high school theater, or was this like a completely new kind of thing for you?
Oh yeah, I've never seen a show at my high school. I've always been in them. Yeah, I knew since I was in middle school that I wanted to be on the stage. That was the only place I felt like I fit in when I was growing up. And my 8th grade year of middle school, my musical theater teacher moved away. And I was like, no, I'm so sad. I'm never doing this anymore. I'm going to do sports. And then I caught the bug again in high school. And from then on, I've just been doing it. Every summer, every chance I got, I was on the stage.
So then with all this experience, talk about finding the character of Dorothy. How did you put your unique spin on it?
Well, believe it or not, it was really easy to get into the role of Dorothy. I understood her completely. I had moved to Los Angeles a little while before I got the part, and I knew what it was like to feel like I miss home. And that was one of the aspects that really helped me get into the character. I knew what it was like to not really fit in, to not know where you belong. And I just took my life and I said, how would she do with these things that she's going through now? How have you dealt with those things? And so I feel like this was like the perfect role for me. It was so fun. And I mean, the rehearsal process was hard. It was a lot, but it was easy to really step into her shoes and understand what she was feeling.
And what kind of help and guidance did you get from the cast and crew? The director, choreographer, people like that who helped guide you along in this?
Stephanie Mills really helped me, first of all. She's the OD, original Dorothy. She just give me little tips every now and then about just being myself, just being comfortable, about how to hold the notes and do everything right. And then my director, he's just like, no acting. Everything is real life. Even when we were doing the rehearsal process, he would be like, okay, here's the scene. Go do what you think would happen in this scene. And then he tweak it and change things. And I had the most supportive cast ever. Everyone was just helpful. They welcomed me in. If I needed help on something, they were there. And it was just a blast.
I was going to say, you've got some really heavy support there from David Alan Grier, Elijah Kelly, Neo, Mary J.
Yeah.
Blige, Queen Latifah, Common. I mean, this is a real all-star cast. I mean, at first we... Go ahead.
Yeah, it was like a family, and even though like Common and Queen Latifah and Mary J. Blige didn't come into like around the end of the process, they just jumped in and became like my aunts, and they were like my big brothers, my 4 friends. Everything just came together so wonderfully.
Mm-hmm. And again, I mean, we talked about the sets. The costumes in this and the makeup as well are just top notch. What is that as an actor? Talk about how that helps your performance.
It helps a lot because I look at David Alan Grier and I'm like, you're not scary. You're funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a great time in rehearsal. And then he puts this costume on and it's like, whoa. So the costumes bring it up to another level. They make it real life. When you're doing the Calendar battle scene, you're in the forest and the lights are low. You know, you can really get into it. It helps a lot.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So take us on the day of this live television broadcast. What were the last minute jitters like? What, any behind the scenes stories that you can think of?
I just know that I had one moment. I never really told anybody this, but I had one moment where I was just in the dressing room by myself, and I just started crying, and I was praying because I was like, I don't know how this is gonna happen. I know we've been rehearsing for so long, but I'm just gonna let it all go. And I just realized that I was getting the opportunity of a lifetime. So many people wanted to be where I was at that moment, and I was there. And I was just so grateful for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it certainly is quite an entertaining show. Have you had an opportunity to watch it now that you've now that it's aired?
Of course, I've watched it. My mom, when it first aired, she was watching it like 3 times a week. So I've had my share of watching it.
Do you guys have any plans to? I talked to Neo a long time ago, and he said he would love to take it on the road. Have you guys talked any about that since then, or any plans to continue with the list?
We shall see. It's up in the clouds right now, so I couldn't give you any information. I wish I could.
Well, how about for yourself? I mean, now that you've had this, you got nominated for a Critics' Choice Award for this. What was that recognition like?
It was cool because I was there were so many people in that category. Their name slipped me right now, but I was like, I've watched them on TV. Oh my gosh, and now I'm nominated with them. What the heck? It was really cool. That was my first award show, the Critics' Choice Awards, and it was fun. I'll never forget that day.
Quite different being there from just watching it on TV, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So any I'm sure you've caught the acting bug now for certain. What do we have to look forward from you going forward?
Well, you know what? It opened my horizons because it's so funny. I used to be like, I just want to be on Broadway. I just want to be on Broadway. I'm a Broadway girl. And now I want to do everything. I want to do television. I want to do film. I want to do comedy. There's so many things that I want to do. Even voiceovers, which I have a voiceover coming up for a Nickelodeon show that's coming soon, which is cool. But I don't even know what's in store. I just know that I want to try everything. My biggest inspiration, Audra McDonald, that was one of the notes that she gave me when I met her for the first time. She said, you should try everything.
That's some good advice. Some good advice from a really great source there.
I can't hear you.
I said that's some really great advice from a terrific source. Did you hear that?
It's sounding like Darth Vader.
Okay.
Oh, we're good now.
Okay, I was saying that it must really great advice from a terrific source, Audrey McDonald. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations on the Wiz Live, and good luck to you with everything.
Thank you, Zachary. Have a nice day.
You're welcome. You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.